Hi, this is Greg Jones, 1623 Custom Harmonicas, your side L technician and dealer. And today we're going to talk about country tuning. Now, country tuning is a way that we can modify a diatonic harmonica to make it more playable in second position for melodic tunes. It's called country tuning because it was originally used, or some of the pioneers in its use came out of Nashville, namely Charlie McCoy, and it's used frequently in country playing, but it's not limited to country playing. And in fact, some might even argue there are more applications in other genre of music outside of country music. It certainly is applicable in jazz and folk music and some rock tunes. It's anytime there's a melodic line in the song and that you're wanting to actually follow the melody of a song as opposed to merely playing fills. Songs will use a very crucial note in the musical scale, which will be the seventh note of the scale. So I'm going to try and demonstrate this for you first, and then we'll go through the process of country tuning a diatonic. So I can't stress enough, real quick though, this is very important. Country tuning is for second position. Get a lot of beginners that will purchase country tuned harmonicas and not be able to play because they don't understand the difference between country tuning and between first position and second position. So we want to make sure that we're real clear on that if you're not a second position player, you need to, that country tuning is not going to be for you, and in fact, it won't even be necessary. So let's start out, we're going to start out with C harmonica. We're going to start on hole 1, and we're going to go to hole 7. We're going to play 2 octaves of the major scale. So that's a major scale, and it's kind of the basic basis for modern music today. And as we talked about, the 7th note of the scale, and I'll play it. The 7th note is a B note. It is 1/2 step below the root. So it's the 7th note. So in a C scale, we have C, D, E, F, G, A, B, and C. Okay, so this is when we're playing in first position. Now, playing in second position, we'll play an F harmonica. In this case, I'm actually using a low F. So let's try the second position, major scale. So second position, we're starting on the 2 draw, which is our root note. That note is a C note. So let's try and play the major scale and see what happens. So if you heard on the 5 draw, that note sounded off, and that's because that is a B flat note, not a B note. It's 1/2 below. So in music theory, we'll call that the dominant 7th. Just accept that that's what we call it. The 7th note of the scale, when it's flattened, is called dominant, and when it's where it should be, which is 1/2 step below, and in this case, when it's a B note, it's called major, the major 7th. Dominant, and then in order to play major, we'd either have to play an advanced technique or we can retune the note. So in this case, what we're going to do is we're going to retune that 5 draw up a 1/2 step, and it'll be a B note, which will give us the major scale in second position. So I'm going to readjust or adjust the camera, and you can walk with me or watch me as I go through the process of retuning that note. So as I said, we're going to retune the 5th note, the 5th reed, 5 draw. We're going to bring it up 1/2 step. Now in order to do that, in this case, I only need to remove the covers. I don't need to remove the reed plates. I'm able to access the draw reed without doing so. So that's going to be this reed right here, and I'm going to take it from a B flat note to a B note. So what I'm going to do first, I'm going to prop up the reed, and in this case, retuning a reed up can be a little bit of a trick. These reeds are stainless steel and they're very hard, and they actually have a sort of hard weight at the end, and so I really do need to grind off some material in order to do this. Now this is not going to hurt the reed. It does not affect the structure of the reed in any way, but I will have to take some material off there. Okay, if you heard that, you can tell that the note is still somewhat flat, and I'm looking at my tuner here, and it showed that the note is still considerably flat. It's actually still a B flat note, so we got a little ways to go. Alright, we're getting closer. I'm still not there to an in-tune B note, so I'm going to have a little bit further to go. Alright, I went too far, which is not really a problem. I can bring that back down easy enough. Still need to go back down a little bit further. Flattening a reed is actually much easier. Oh, look at that. That's perfect. Perfectly in tune. I'm going to reassemble and adjust the camera back. So once again, what I've done is I've taken a low F session steel that was in standard diatonic tuning, and I've raised the 5 draw so that we get the major scale in second position. And once again, I need to stress again, this is a second position tuning, which means we're playing in the key of C with the 2 draw as our root note. And I'll demonstrate the major scale. Once again, that gives us the major 7th. Now, real quick, one thing to note is that just because we raise that 5 draw up to a major 7th, we are still able to bend the note back down to a dominant 7th. I'll demonstrate. So we didn't really lose the note, we just had to play it as a bent note. And this is one of the reasons I really think country tuning is very applicable, because it gives us both access to the easily to the access to the major 7th, but also allows us to still bend down to get the dominant 7th. So just an example, the opening line to Fly Me to the Moon. That would be a popular song to play where we would, in second position, where we would need the major 7th. Another example might be the Willie Nelson, Patsy Cline classic Crazy. Anyhow, country tuning I think is a very powerful tuning for the diatonic, and I encourage you to explore that. Appreciate you tuning in. I'm Greg Jones, your side L tech and dealer, 1623 Custom Harmonicas. If you like this video and you find this content is helpful, hit the like button, subscribe, and share. Thanks again for tuning in.